20th of April 2017, Unit 8 pitch, Emily Forster. Start when you're ready.
This is my pitch for Pop and Talk with Emily and guest presenter. So justification. I decided on this pathway because in the future I'd like to become a radio presenter. I was influenced by this when I visited Global Radio and I'd done my radio unit as well. And also when I looked into Unit 3 at my main area, I'd like to go into student radio. I've chosen the radio pathway for this final project. It's a music-based programme. It's also a commercial radio, so there are commercials on it and everything. The show will be 2 hours long. It is also a pop genre. The show itself is suitable for Capital FM, and the schedule will be from 7 till 9 in the evening. So content. The show will be playing pop-based music, so the sort of newest songs. The games are also on the show, so ones that can have people get involved on social media. There will also be a new segment which will also include the latest traffic. So the music, obviously, will be new songs. Some of them may also be recently released albums or off the new up-to-date music chart. And the idents will be reflective of Capital FM, so that they sort of make sure they go within the Capital area. And also I'll be making my own commercials. So initial research. It started with looking at music charts, so see what sort of music I can use within. Then it moved on to the closed conventions of pop music, because that's the genre I've chosen. Also, some of the things I've looked at could also possibly help me think of what sort of things would make me a good presenter. So, presenting skills would be the first time I've looked at it, because last time I'd done it, it didn't go to plan. It was too muffled. And primary research, I'll do a focus group and questionnaire to get the audience, see what they think of ideas and everything, so it's understandable. So my inspirations and production, mood board. My inspirations include Capital FM and Global Radio, which is one of the places I visited during my radio unit. The sound booth will be shown. I need that to record my audio for my show, and the pictures of people here at the bottom, these 2 big ones here, they are the sort of pop music that would be listened to, and this picture here would be a joyful, happy presenter. So target audience. My primary audience is age 16 to 20. Because that'll be the sort of audience that Capital FM would gain from the listeners, so that'll be listeners gained. Gender would be both, because obviously they don't just play one music artist or one sex, they play the other as well. Socio-economic status is an E, because 16 to 20 is mainly students, so ones that go to college or university. Psychographics are mainstreamers and aspirers, so they may want to do something like that in the future, so that may gain their interest in radio. And secondary audience is 21 and above, but sort of the audience that Capital may get in to listen to the show. Gender again is both, and that's the same with socio-economic status, because who knows how old people may be when they go to college or university. And psychographics is explorers, because they may listen to the show occasionally, but not as much as the primary audience would. So that's my resources, so that'll be headphones, booth, Zoom, and everything. Same with my schedule.
I've agreed that, well done.
Technical and production issues. So first one would be presenters maybe a little bit too quiet, so to overcome it, I'll make sure I have the booth booked in for a full week in case I need to record anything that's particular, so the sound doesn't become different if you use a Zoom recorder. Or I can just adjust the volume on Adobe Audition. So not enough audio for a 2-hour show. I overcome that issue by rehearsing the script and possibly putting in a few songs, see the length of it. Next one is taking the time in the script, so read each part carefully, make sure we also have a lot of rehearsal of it, so when it comes to actually doing it, we don't stammer. So not to rush the script, speak slowly and concise so you can hear everything that goes on, you can hear when the words pronounced, and people are like, what did the presenter just say? Because sometimes they may speak a bit too fast. And not getting close to the microphone because it may become muffled or not as easy to hear. But make sure you don't move the distance away so you can actually hear but not be as bad. Contingency plan. I'll be just the one presenter if I can't get my guest presenter. And I'll also include all the games and songs that I would have chosen within my final idea itself. Any questions?
Really well done. Now, you were nervous, but you pitched perfectly, okay? You really explained your idea clearly. You're very passionate about this, okay? And I know it's something that it's an area that you really want to go into. You really enjoyed the radio unit. I want you to make sure that you are challenging yourself. So this project has to be so different to the project that you've already created, okay? This isn't a rerun, this is a brand new project, okay? My biggest concern, something that I think that you can go away and think about, you've now decided that this is going to be made for Capital Radio, okay? So you mentioned at the beginning that obviously you can have idents and the content is to be completely reflective of Capital Radio, okay? So your research is going to focus completely on Capital Radio in terms of style. So you are going to listen to Capital Radio, you're going to eat, live, breathe, sleep Capital Radio, okay? So you know the language they use, the ratio of music to speech they have, how often they have games, how often they have phone-ins, how often they have the news, the national news, remember it's not local news, do they even include traffic, okay?
Yeah.
So you need to be a Capital Radio employee. So your research portfolio needs to be absolutely everything about Capital Radio, so your show is completely reflective of what a Capital Radio show would look like, okay? With that in mind, you're going to make your own idents, okay? But they're going to feature the words Capital Radio, they're going to feature the station ident, logo, name and so on, okay? But they need to be reflective of an ident that would appear on Capital Radio. So you're going to analyse again in your research loads and loads of Capital Radio idents.
Yes.
Again, you can research to your heart's content the pop chart, but you need to also research what Capital Radio are playing, because that's what's important, okay? My biggest area, the one I want you to think about is, if it's a guest presenter on a big radio station like Capital Radio, it would probably be a celebrity. Otherwise, it's not a guest presenter, is it? It's just the Emily and Natalie show. We're just two presenters. So when you say guest presenter, do you mean as in someone else that you're going to cast to come in and it'll be the Emily and Natalie show? Or do you mean a guest presenter that's going to have some sort of status?
I think it'd be the first one.
The first one, right. I thought so, but you need to make that clear because you make it sound like it's a guest presenter, but if I tuned into the show next week, it'd be a different presenter. That's not the case. It's like, you know, the two people that do the breakfast show, it's just your co-presenter, yeah?
Yeah.
With that in mind, the first thing you need to do on top of all your research is start auditioning for that presenter, okay? Because all of those issues that you spoke about that you need to overcome, they will be overcome if you make sure you cast the right person. So you need to hold auditions and get people into, even if you did it using Adobe Audition, but get people recording their voice, reading a basic script or reading the news and seeing how people talk, okay? You need to start that really early on because you cannot move into pre-production and planning unless you, and production until you have that person. So you need to, early on, write a basic script and get people into audition, okay? Wednesday and Friday afternoons will be your best opportunity to have that because you can have this room, it'll be quiet. Although we won't have the ambience of the booth, it's just a voice recording, okay? So that's something that I'd like to see you planning within the next week or two, okay? Casting and sourcing people to come in and audition. Reliable people. Do not be afraid, as I always say, to knock on doors. you know, it doesn't have to be someone in this room. It hasn't got to be one of your friends. Put notices out. People will help, but you have to put that casting call out. Okay, so casting call is really important, and it will help you create a more professional project. Okay? Other than that, let's just remember it needs to be original, but now you've decided capital, it needs to be capital. Alright? So let's think about what they already do, what games they already use, and how you could change them or bring in. And as part of your research, I think you could look at pop magazines, because pop magazines such as Smash Hits or Top of the Pops or whatever ones still exist now, those type of things, whatever their content in, you could change to create a more radio format. So that would then be another area of your research. I think your research portfolio, the avenues that you can go down are going to be huge. Don't forget the need for experts and primary research. So JJ at Capital FM, okay, there's no reason you can't have another interview, okay? The people that we spoke to when we went to Global Radio, there's no reason why you can't email those people and ask for support. Diverse FM is on the doorstep, okay? We'll want someone there doing an interview about presenting skills, okay? Radio Lab at the University of Luton, people that will help and engage and build up your portfolio, but you have to get those interviews in early.
Okay.
All right?